He was on live, and what did he say? Well, Froze is a liar. Not a liar. One time he was on live, and what did he say? Well, Froze is a liar. Not a liar.
Think I'm bluffing? Man, fuck this nigga. And with he got those chains, I'm a real savage. Let me show y'all where I got my name. I'm from Hill Levels, where you get lost and found. Don't make me steal something. He got those chains, I'm tied up in a bag, like controlled substance. Think I'm bluffing? Man, fuck this nigga. And when he got those chains, I'm a real savage. Let me show y'all where I got my name. I'm from Hill Levels, where you get lost and found. Don't make me.
All right, let's see who else we got. Okay, we got people now. They're coming in. Viral money.
Hello. What was good with it?
Hi.
What's up with it? What's up with it?
This ain't the money.
I thought this was the man tournament, man. I thought I'm on the wrong show. Somebody sent me the wrong StreamYard, man.
Are you single?
No, not at all. I just said I was up here for a man.
Pineapple.
He said I was up here for a man.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. I don't bring men. I only bring the ladies. The hell? I was here for a man.
About somebody else I like, so I could dick eat, screen record the video and send it to somebody else so we can get some shit started. I mean, even if you're here for that, hit the like button though. Come on, chat. Ice is in the fucking chat. Y'all still here? I'm out in this motherfucker. I don't care. It's 11:58. I know we started late. I had court today. I remember I was getting kicked out of school back in like 3rd, 4th grade. I'll never forget this. They told my mom I needed psychiatric help, and I was just being bad, cussing people out in school. I ain't think I was crazy. He diagnosed me with, I forget what the fuck it was, but they put me on some shit called neurotic. Because I didn't like how the way it made me feel. And then I remember when I got to junior high in like 7th, 8th grade, I was a little older. And they put me on this medicine and shit, and I took it. And I literally was sitting at my motherfucking desk, and I felt my body like leave my soul, if you will. I don't know how to explain that. Like I'm sitting there chilling in class, paper in front of me, pencil. The medicine kicks in. I like literally feel my, like, I don't know, like I felt like I was sitting next to myself. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? I don't know how to explain it, y'all. I'm literally like sitting next to myself at a desk, looking at myself, like feeling like, all right, I can't get, damn, I can't. If I wanted to get mad right now, it almost just like evens out your mood. Like there's no, I can't get happy, I can't get sad, I can't get mad, I can't get angry. I'm just there, bro. I'm just there. It just makes you like, it makes you numb, bro. It just makes you numb. Your personality goes. You're sitting there. Like it's a medicine that's gonna make you fucking behave. You can't get mad. You can't get happy. You can't do nothing. Like,
nor can you get hard, nor are you able to develop a healthy libido, nor are you able to really utilize the free testosterone in your body. Salute, people. It is Adept, HNIC, Battle Rap and Investing. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all the righteous heterosexuals. Without us, there would be no they, them. Shout out to all the Christians, the Hebrew Israelites, even the Muslims, man. All right, so Rosenberg went live today and gave us some content. He gave us some content to cover. He finally tried to address the harassment case that was filed against him New Year's Eve 2024. Remember that date. Remember the date that this was filed, because it's going to come up again later on as we listen to his story, because Rosenberg is a liar. Okay, there's no other way to put it. Rosenberg is a liar, and it's very rare for him to actually tell the truth.
He was on live, and what did he say? Well, Froze is a liar. Not a liar.
Why would you laugh like that? Right, because you know you're a fucking liar. But before we get into that story regarding him picking up the harassment case with the little girl, right, filed New Year's Eve 2024, remember that. Let's get to this story, though, because Rosenberg Raw finally told us why he is so... I'm trying to find the words for this, but... fuck it. Why it appears like he doesn't have a dick. Okay? He finally told us why he has a micro penis and why he's unable to actually be a man, right? So at a young age, Rosenberg was eating his boogers, probably fucking slamming his head against the walls. He was acting up. He was acting real crazy. And some professionals that were around that witnessed this recommended that he be on these antipsychotic medication. And they prescribed him Neurontin. Okay? They prescribed him Neurontin. Now, what's crazy is this medication was developed by Pfizer. That should tell you something, but let's not even get into that. This is a medication for, I believe, people that's dealing with seizures, but they also were utilizing it for children with anxiety and bipolar disorder. Okay? Also, schizoaffective disorder and schizophrenia. This medication has many negative side effects, such as leaving someone who's taking it with suicidal thoughts, very high aggression and low self-esteem, along with erectile dysfunction, okay? And low sexual libido. So pretty much Rosenberg took this medication and it made him a walking eunuch. They might as well have castrated him, because this completely depleted his testosterone. You can look it up yourself. And it makes it impossible for your body to utilize the free testosterone that's available in a so-called man's body. So Neurontin is the reason why Rosenberg has a micro penis and why it appears as though he doesn't have a dick. Okay? Let's listen to him one more time break down this story about how he was taking the Neurontin and how it used to make him feel.
If you say something about somebody else I like, so I could dick eat, screen record the video and send it to somebody else so we can get some shit started. I mean, even if you...
Yes, Flex Rosling. Yes, that's true. Yes. Neurontin has many negative side effects. No, let me pull it back on stage. Yes. So if you know anybody that's being prescribed this medication and is being used to deal with schizoaffective disorder, anxiety, bipolar disorder, etc., any types of borderline personality disorders, say something, because there was actually a class action lawsuit against this medication for the side effects that it had on people that were prescribed it. Look it up yourself. There was a class action lawsuit because it caused a lot of people to not only have suicidal thoughts, but also to have micro penises and shrinkage and low libido. There's even situations where a lot of these men turned gay because it pretty much made them walking eunuchs where they had no desire to actually use their penis to penetrate anybody. They've given up on it and they found other ways to get off. Yes, you can look this up yourself. This is the medication that Rosenberg Raw stated that he was put on at a young age. And his mother, who's a white woman, Yeah, she's definitely a type to put Rosenberg on some portal pills.
Hit the like button though. Come on, chat. Ice is in the fucking chat. Y'all still here? I'll end this motherfucker. I don't care. It's 11:58. I know we started late. I had court today. I remember I was getting kicked out of school back in like 3rd, 4th grade. I'll never forget this. They told my mom I needed psychiatric help, and I was just being bad, cussing people out in school. I ain't think I was crazy.
No, you were clearly crazy, but you're not gonna tell the real story to the battle rap community via your YouTube channel. You were getting kicked out of school, and they thought you were crazy because obviously you were dealing with some type of issues. You were banging your head against the wall. You were saying all types of sexual, inappropriate things, which showed that you had a corrupted mind as a youth. You probably were getting beat up and bullied, so you threatened to shoot up the school. They found in the back of your notebook you had plans, right? You wrote a manifesto, right? They looked into your notebook and they saw that you were drawing like torture traps for all the little girls in school. You were just with your pencil. You were drawing like little torture straps, like you were drawing like the girls being dropped in acid, right? Being crushed, right? By some type of platform, probably some type of sexual violence as well. And the teacher reported this, and the professionals at the Board of Education, shout out to them, they recommended that, hold up, this dude needs psychiatric help. This kid needs psychiatric help. This is beyond our hands. Mrs. Rosenberg, or Mrs. Gross, you did the best you can do, but this kid needs to be on medication. There's something wrong with you.
He diagnosed me with, I forget what the fuck it was, but they put me on some shit called neurotic. Because I didn't like how the way it made me feel.
My bad, y'all. Y'all heard that? All right, so can y'all hear me now? Is my audio good? Are we good right now? My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Let's go back. Let's go back. But Rosenberg said he was taking his medications, and immediately he didn't like the way it made him feel. He automatically started feeling weird. Obviously, he had some type of chemical imbalance in his brain. These medications, these SSRIs, don't really do much to help that. There's no studies showing that it helps it. All it's doing is trying to change the equilibrium of these chemicals in your brain, and they're hoping that they'll set it up in such a way that it'll stabilize your mood, right? But most of the time it doesn't work. Everybody's brain chemistry is different. So there's no way to have one pill, one medication that could solve some type of chemical imbalance that they theorize is going on. But Rosenberg's saying this shit used to make him feel even crazier than he already was.
He diagnosed me with, I forget what the fuck it was, but they put me on some shit called neurotic. Because I didn't like how the way it made me feel. And then I remember when I got to junior high in like 7th, 8th grade, I was a little older. And they put me on this medicine and shit, and I took it. And I literally was sitting at my motherfucking desk, and I felt my body like leave my soul, if you will. I don't know how to explain that. Like I'm sitting there chilling in class, paper in front of me, pencil. The medicine kicks in. I like literally feel my, like, I don't know, like I felt like I was sitting next to myself. I'm like, yo.
Samson Simpson said, one of my people took psychiatric drugs coming up. If he was prescribed one thing, the chances are he was on about 5 or 6 other pills with it. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's only telling you about Neurontin. He's not telling you that in order to take the Neurontin every day, he also had to take Prozac every morning. Every night he had to take some Seroquel. Then they sprinkled a little bit of lithium on him as well. There's usually a stack. There's a stack of medications that these doctors prescribe in order to help with their theory that there's some type of chemical imbalance going on in your brain. He's only telling you about the Neurontin. He's not telling you about all the other drugs that he was on that turned him into a eunuch.
Literally feel my, like, I don't know, like, I felt like I was sitting next to myself. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is this?
And that's how you know that his body's all the way fucked up, right? Because clearly there's some type of hormonal problem going on with Rosenberg. Not only was he born deformed, like, you know, his lung is where his heart's supposed to be, his heart is where his kidney is supposed to be, right? For some reason, his rib cage is in his waist. Like, there's all types of shit fucked up with Rosenberg. The man is losing his hair, but at the same time, he has no type of muscle mass, right? He has low testosterone, but he's also balding at the same time, right? Usually balding is a sign of very, very high testosterone, at least for sometimes. Not all the time, not really. Sometimes it's just something you inherit. But Rosenberg can't even grow a mustache. He can't even grow a full beard. There's something hormonal, like there's something wrong with this nigga, bro. Yeah, he's on Depakote. He's on Depakote. He's on fucking lithium, Prozac, Wellbutrin, Abilify. Nigga, you on everything. You on everything. And that's why you're dealing with the problems you're dealing with now. This is why it appears as though you don't even have a dick. Like, it's completely shriveled up. Like, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. And yes, I don't give a fuck if people have an issue with me pointing this out. I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I love my girl. My girl bad, nigga. Ain't no question about me. I could point this out, the fact that this nigga don't got a dick, bro. You're not going to try to censor me and silence me or shame me into not bringing this up, because this explains everything about this dude's psychology, which is why he's always jealous of other dudes. He's always sizing niggas up mentally. And he always has a problem with niggas that exert masculine energy because he's unable to do it. He don't even got a dick. Come on, man. And Rosenberg, I saw you posted this morning. You said, I got court today, chat, for that paper. Wish me luck. Wait, so how, wait. How is this harassment case filed against you by a minor? How is this for money? In what world would this be a situation where you're going to win some type of money? Oh, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that when we hear your story as to how this harassment case even came about, because that story doesn't make any fucking sense. You're a fucking liar. The timeline doesn't make sense, and this post doesn't make sense. How the fuck are you going to win some money because a little girl filed a harassment case against you? How the fuck do you win money? Okay, fine. We'll get to that, though. We'll get to that. Let's get back to your story about how you're on these SSRIs, which led to you having a shrinked up micropenis.
I don't know how to explain it, y'all. I'm literally like sitting next to myself at a desk, looking at myself, like feeling like, all right, I can't get, like, damn, I can't. If I wanted to get mad right now, it almost just like evens out your mood. Like there's no, I can't get happy, I can't get sad, I can't get mad, I can't get angry. I'm just there, bro. I'm just there. It just makes you like, it makes you numb, bro. It just makes you numb. Your personality goes. You're sitting there. Like, it's a medicine that's gonna make you fucking behave. You can't get mad. You can't get happy. You can't do nothing. Like,
yeah, you can't get hard. You can't bust a nut. You can't perform with a woman. Yeah, we know. We know what those medications do to you. We know. Your mother pretty much chemically castrated you in 7th grade. She agreed to chemically castrate you in 7th grade. Major Internet said, what stream is this from? It's from this morning. This is from this morning. Your mother, Leanne, chemically castrated you, dog. And that's why you're dealing with all these issues today. Which is why you're not a man. Which is why you're a coward and a weakling. Okay? Now let's get to you trying to break down this harassment case, because I found this hilarious. I found this hilarious because you lied so much for absolutely no reason. You gave every single sign of being a liar. The timeline doesn't make sense. And again, this harassment case you picked up New Year's Eve 2024. Let me ask y'all something. When y'all were in school, right? When was winter break? When did we have our winter recess? I want to know if this was only in New York. Because I remember having winter recess where I would have all from December 23rd till January 2nd. That's what I remember. I remember we wouldn't be in school from from December 23rd to at least January 2nd. Is that true for anybody else? Let me ask the chat. Was that true for y'all? Yes, New Year's Eve. Major internet, yes, till like after New Year's. Yep. December, yep. Yep, and it says date of offense, not the date of arrest. That's a fact. I'm glad that you pointed that out, Samson. That's the date of the offense, not the arrest. So please remember that. First week of January is usually off. Exactly. For the most part, you would get all of Christmas Eve. You would get New Year's Eve. You would get New Year's Day. At least you would be off from school. So now let's get to Rosenberg's story then. Actually, no. I want to sidebar something real quick, because I found something weird watching Social Assassin and Pablo Picasso's event the other night. I was going back to see what I may have missed, and I saw something interesting. Something interesting happened in the middle of the battles, and we gotta look at this real quick. Let me show y'all this real quick, man.
You think I'm bluffing? Man, fuck this nigga. And with he got those chains, I'm a real savage. Let me show y'all where I got my name. I'm from Hill Where you get lost and found. Don't make me steal something. He got those chains. I'm tied up in a bag like controlled substance. You think I'm bluffing? Man, fuck this nigga. And when he got those chains, I'm a real savage. Let me show y'all where I got my name.
What the fuck were y'all doing? So if y'all don't know, right, they was hosting a battle. Some nigga named Supernova from Utica, New York was going against some other dude. Supernova dropped from the stream, which made Pablo Picasso's camera automatically pull up to the stage. I guess Pablo and Social thought they were good being behind the overlay, but once Supernova left the stage, they automatically popped up.
You think I'm bluffing? Man, fuck this nigga. And with
as soon as Pablo noticed that Supernova dropped off, he pulled his pants up, ran to the computer in order to turn off the camera. Do y'all see this? Look at Social. Look at Social pretending to be on his phone, looking like somebody who just got caught sucking dick. He looks like somebody who just got caught sucking dick.
You think I'm bluffing? Man, fuck this nigga. And with he got those chains, I'm a real savage. Let me show y'all where I got my name. I'm from Hill.
Yo, Social, why is your face so red? Pablo was choking you out with that shit? Yo, why is your face so red right now? Like you just gasping for air. And what's that smoke coming from behind y'all too? Were y'all smoking crack again?
Man, fuck this nigga. And with he got those chains, I'm a real savage. Let me show y'all where I got my name. I'm from Hill.
Either his face is red because he was choking on dick, or he was just smoking on that glass dick. He was just smoking on that stem with a torch lighter and was just huffing it down. That's the face of a nigga that was just freebasing. That's a white man that was just freebasing.
Man, fuck this nigga. And when he got those chains, I'm a real savage. Let me show y'all where I got my name. I'm from Hill Level. When he get lost and found, don't make me steal something. When he got those chains, I'm tied up in a bag. Like control something. Think I'm bluffing? Man, fuck this nigga. And when he got those chains, I'm a real savage. Let me show y'all where I got my name. I'm from Hill Level. When he get lost and
these niggas, yo, Social was choking on 2 stems. And Pablo, you sick, bro. So you was having Social suck your dick while you watch Supernova battle? That's what gets your rocks off, nigga. You throw on some battle rap when you get in some sloppy toppy from Social Assassin? Or were y'all smoking crack? Pick one. Pick one. What's wrong with these niggas, man? You sick, bro. You sick. Let's get to Rosenberg, y'all. Let's get to Rosenberg and him telling his story about how he went to court today regarding the harassment case that was filed against him by a little girl. He says he got court today, chat, for that paper. Apparently, you get a payout from a little girl filing harassment case against you. I don't know where they do that at. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is a criminal court case, not a civil one. What the fuck are you talking about? But let's listen to what he got to say.
Yeah, what they talking about? Motherfuckers trying to get in the way of that paper. All right, real quick. So because I got a super duper amount of yuckers on this battle rap internet that be following me, that be calling sponsors, that be doing all types of goofy shit, right? I gotta be a little reserved of what I'm about.
How is calling sponsors goofy shit, but you snitching to YouTube? What's the difference between me calling your bitch ass, pussy ass sponsor and you calling YouTube? Like, this guy's bothering me. Here he's harassing me. You bitch ass nigga, I got a newborn daughter. But you're trying to take away my other additional sources of income. So fuck your sponsor, nigga. Fuck everything you got going on. How is it goofy to call sponsors, but it's not goofy to call YouTube and say that another grown man is bullying you? Nigga, fuck you. Nigga, fuck you and your family, because you said fuck mine.
About to tell y'all. But long story short, went to court today for the Yaminski. Other half ain't even show up. Yeah.
You pussy. But Rosenberg, why do you feel so comfortable telling your chat about this now? You weren't talking about this case back in 2024. You didn't talk about this case all of last year or all of this year until we forced you to do it. So what else can I force you to do? What else can I force you to address? The only reason you're talking about this situation is because I forced you to.
Other half ain't even show up to defend themselves, caught themselves fighting shit, denying shit, and then I hit the Pilski Wilski, and they ain't even show up. Left me the floor.
What appeal? What are you talking about? An appeal? Were you found guilty? Again, you're just trying to throw jargon, legal jargon at the wall and hoping that your dumbass chat doesn't understand what you're talking about. What appeal? Well, what appeal scheme? Were you found guilty? That's interesting. If you were found guilty, give us that information. Notice how he's not going to show us anything regarding any type of paperwork. He's not going to show us any type of court motions. He's not showing us anything. Samson said facts. An appeal means he was found guilty of something. Exactly. So they didn't show up to the appeal? Maybe because they just wanted this to be left alone. Maybe because after you were found guilty, They were like, yo, okay, this is over with. This guy will leave me alone. And that's it. They didn't give a fuck about your appeal. They got what they wanted already. Order of protection, along with satisfaction of knowing that they had to put you through court and you were found guilty of harassing a minor. The fuck are you talking about? So you admit you were found guilty?
I said, damn, this an alley-oop from Chris Paul. Krah! Yanked it on him. Fuck is you talking about? Facts and 4-4. That's exactly what's going on around.
Right, you were on that Narantinsky, nigga. You fucking Narantin head. You a damn Narantin head, you fucking pill addict. No wonder you be doing weird shit, like stalking little girls and harassing black women and impulsively sending pictures of your micro penis. No wonder, because you want all that Narantin.
Around his joint. It's all good though. When you stay sturdy, when you stay down, can't nobody stop, can't nobody stop no motion. Can't nobody stop no motion. You know, some of the shit you go through with this internet shit, you think you would deal with it when you would.
What motion? You don't even make $8,000 a year on YouTube. You don't have a job. You're relying on a man on the internet to find shelter for you and your family. What motion? You're a panhandler. You have no profession. You don't even have medical insurance. You're still collecting unemployment from the state of Pennsylvania, which is illegal because you should be reporting on your income regarding YouTube. Oh, you don't make enough money on YouTube to where it would even affect your unemployment. You make so little bit of money on YouTube, it's not even considered real income, which is why you're still able to get unemployment. You're a bum.
With 18 and 17-year-olds and 19-year-olds, I remember, I want to say about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, my daughter had a really good friend. I don't know if y'all remember. Remember I told y'all when I took my daughter to Powerhouse and I stayed at the arena, Xfinity Mobile Arena, the whole night waiting for her and her homegirl to watch. The bros went with me. We sat in. They were underage, so we didn't feel comfortable dropping them off down at the Xfinity Mobile. We sat at the Mobile Arena the whole night waiting for her and her homegirl to watch. The bros went with me.
Now listen to what he said right there. We're going to break this down. So he said that he drove his daughter and her friend to some type of concert, and he waited in the parking lot for 4 hours until the show was done, and his brother went with him. Remember what he said right there. His brother went with him. Okay.
We sat in. They were underage, so we didn't feel comfortable dropping them off down at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. So we went down there. Remember I told you my baby mom almost got me beat the fuck up by the 7-foot boy who hopped up when she was all drunk and walked into the Sprinter van, and then they like, wrong van, and she like, oh fuck you, my baby dad. Remember that story?
Wait. So bros went with you and your baby mother went with you. If y'all don't know who his baby mother is, she's right here. This is who he's talking about right here. When he says his baby mother. This is her. Amanda. Okay, this is her. This is his baby mother. Okay, so your baby mother went with you. Got you. You didn't mention that at first, but okay. You're piecing together this lie, and everything's just gonna come together as it does, right, Rosenberg?
You had to be probably a day one Frozone member to remember when my baby mom almost got my ass whooped at my daughter's first concert. Matter of fact, let me see.
We actually don't care, Rosenberg. We actually don't care. So we can go right past.
Well, court for y'all. So that story. Okay, I'm gonna tie all this in together for y'all. All right. Oh, it's 11:03. I know we late today, y'all. If you just getting here, I had court. It's Zaza hour. So the point of telling you that was the internet. It's a dangerous game, and I expect internet games and shit like that calling people's employers and shit like that. You expect stuff like that from teenagers.
You don't have an employer, though. You actually don't have an employer. You don't have a job. And again, what's the difference between you calling YouTube and trying to get people's YouTube channels taken down? What is the difference? You still haven't broken this down. You're not a victim. Nobody feels bad for you. This is the problem with these bitch-made niggas. They talk shit about people, they throw stones, and then they want to play to be a victim. Just because he was on neurotic, he was on all this SSRIs and antidepressants growing up, which shriveled up his dick, which stopped him from growing taller, which made him fat and swelled up his ankles. That doesn't make you a fucking victim. It doesn't make you a victim. If I was to cry about what niggas was doing to me on YouTube all day, y'all niggas would think I'm bitch made. I would never do that. And these niggas be crossing the line like crazy for years. For years. You think I come up here and act like a victim? You think I come up here and bitch about that shit? No, nigga, if I'm gonna put hands on the nigga, and if I can't put hands on it, then it is what it is. I'm not gonna bitch about it. It's not gonna happen. It is what it is. I'm gonna continue to win. If I'm winning, would I look like it? And even with you fools. But not Rosenberg. Rosenberg's gonna cry. He's gonna say, guys, go, if you see him, go flag his channel for me. Go flag his channel for me. Shut up. You a bitch. Be a man. Grow up, nigga.
Example. I took my daughter and her former friend to this concert. And you know, they had a good time. They had fun. You know what I mean? My baby mom was in there kind of chaperoning them. She was in no way, shape, or form, you know, super attentive because she was under the influence, obviously, coming to this concert like it was for fucking her when she was supposed to be that in the building chaperone.
Well, when you marry a fiend, when you have kids with a drug addict, you got to assume that she's going to move like a drug addict. All right? When you first met this white girl, she was chugging down thought juice. She was buying cans of specialty margaritas, downing it like it was nothing, then smoking some crack. You chose to nut in her. You chose to get inside her without a jacket, nut in her. What did you think was gonna happen? Don't complain about it now. Don't complain about it now. You were happy when she was smoking the crack rocks and drinking the thought juice because it made her horny enough to fuck with a scumbag, ugly motherfucker like you. But now it's a problem, right? No, go buy her specialty margaritas because that's the only way she gonna touch you, nigga. Nasty.
So they go to that concert, and like 3 weeks later, my daughter gets in a fight at school. So I'm like, okay, this isn't the first time she's gotten a fight. You know what I mean? I call, they're like, look, she got in a fight with another student. Cool. She gets suspended for 3 days. She comes back, and then the next week she gets in another fight. So now I'm up at the school, and I'm like, yo, it's the same girl. I said, yo, I need to know who this little girl is because I need to be able to get information out of my daughter, see the Nixon fucking knacks about the situation, what's going on, and all that. So they say the little girl name. I've never heard of her. They said her and my daughter were friends, and I'm like, I'm pretty involved in my daughter's life.
Shout out to Damien for the $5 cancellation. He said he's against domestic violence. I don't know if you want me to put your full name there, G. Oh, it's Smoke. My bad. Smoke be the Don. I got you, G. Hold up. Again, shout out to everybody who's against domestic violence. Everybody that was against domestic violence. If you want to show that you're against domestic violence, you can Cash App, $Restore, order. It's actually the only way to show you're against domestic violence. Or if you want to contribute to the other list, the chat that's against unsolicited pictures being sent to black women online. If you're against that as well, you can donate to $Restore order. Let's get back to this, y'all. Shout out to Smoke Beat.
on and all that. So they say the little girl name, I've never heard of her. They said her and my daughter were friends. And I'm like, I'm pretty involved in my daughter's life. And like, I don't play the, hey, I'm going to the mall with Maggie. Who the fuck is Maggie? If I don't know Maggie, you're not going, period. And if I do know Maggie, it means I spoke with her mom at some point or something of the sort, right? And so she gets home and I'm like, yo, who is this girl? And they're saying she's your friend. I never heard of her. So she's like, Dad, you do know her. Her name is such and such. And I'm like, well, why the fuck are they calling her this name? She said, that's her real name. This name is how we all address her. It's her middle name. So I'm like, wait, didn't I take y'all to Powerhouse a month ago? Like y'all was just bestied up and everything like that? She's like, yeah, something went left and she's been harassing me on social media. So I'm like, well, give me your phone. So I pick her phone up. I'm like, can you show me some of the posts? So she shows me the posts. The girl is posting all types of pictures, posting all types of posts. And I'm like, I met this little girl and she seemed like a sweet little girl. This is something's missing here. And she's like, Dad, everybody acts different in front of their friends' parents. Meaning, like, if I'm going out with one of my friends and her parents, like, I act different than when we're. And I said, okay, that makes sense. That's
no shit. Like, you just realized that? No fucking shit.
Fair. So she was like, basically, the girl you met and you took out, like, she's gonna be ultra respectful around you. So I'm like, okay, so you be cussing when you ain't around me. I didn't say that. Yes, the fuck you did. But go ahead, we'll have another conversation for another day. Yeah, we'll walk her right into that.
Rosenberg, why are you acting like we don't know the daughter that you're talking about? And the way you portrayed this little girl is completely different than what she is in this story, which is why I know you're lying as well. But we have that file. We're saving that. Give me a second. We're going to get there. Because you told us about your daughter. You told us about that little girl, how she's not respectful. She's starting fights with everybody. She's a problem child. But yet you want to now try to make us believe that she was the victim in this situation. Don't worry, we're going to get there. You're a fucking liar and a scumbag.
So what I remember was when I first found out they were friends and I met her mother, she was troubled. You know what I mean? She was in emotional support classes, suspended from school all the time, always in fights. But when she was around us, she was well behaved.
Wait. Go back to that, Rosenberg. What you say? Because now you're contradicting yourself.
Friends and I met her mother. She was troubled. You know what I mean? She was in emotional support classes, suspended from school all the time, always in fights. But
So now he's trying to slander this little girl. But if you rewind the stream, he just said that this little girl never seemed like he was an issue, and he never thought that she was a problem. Not even a minute later, now he's saying, yeah, I met her before, and she's been in emotional support classes, she's always suspended, she's disrespectful. Hold up, what is that plaque right there? You got a fake YouTube plaque, my nigga? You have a fake YouTube plaque on this little graphic that you got. So you just a fraud, huh? Because you don't get a plaque from YouTube until you hit 100,000 subscribers. So you're just a fraud. But anyway, we'll get back to that. You're a clown. But how are you? You just contradicted yourself.
Oh, when she was around us, she was well behaved.
Yep, he's making it up as he goes.
So I remember like one time it was like 3 a.m, and I get a knock on my fucking bedroom door, and it's my daughter. And she like, Dad, my friend ran away. Her mom just called me all hysterical and shit like that. I'm like, okay, I'll contact her mom and I'll talk to her. And she was ultra apologetic. She like, listen, I couldn't find your number. I didn't have it saved. I know I called your daughter really, really late, but such and such didn't come home. She ran away. This is normal. And I'm just worried. So I'm like, yo, I totally understand it. It's okay. Whatever we can do to help is fine. So this is pre them fighting and starting to beef. So they start beefing. They getting all these fights in school. They're suspended. And Finally, the third time she goes back to school, she tries to stab her with a pencil, right? And I'm like, yo, this doesn't make any sense. So, they get home. I'm blowing mom's phone up, trying to get on the phone with mom to see if I can get a sit down with these two little girls that I done took to a fucking concert. Two little girls that I done took to a concert, and just to see if I can maybe get them on the phone, because the school can't fix this. Something's going on where the school can't fix it. So mom's not answering, and I'm like, all right, let's call her. So she calls her, and we get on the phone, and I'm like, yo, be quiet, I'll talk to her. And I'm like, hey, it's such and such, Dad. I know you guys are going through a lot of stuff. How can we try to fix this?
Why did you think it was appropriate to call that little girl? You have the mother's number. Why not call the mother? If she wasn't answering at the time, then you wait for her to answer. What made you think it was appropriate for you to call this little girl? That's just weird to me. Mind you, you said that you're calling because your daughter just got into another fight at school and now she's suspended. So that same day you made the call. Remember that, y'all. Remember that, y'all. Because it's weird, because they're saying the date of the offense was New Year's Eve during a time where the kids will be out of school during winter recess. So you're lying. But let's just go with your story. What made you think it was appropriate to call that little girl on her phone? There's nothing appropriate about that. You're a grown-ass man. Why isn't the mother handling this? Why wouldn't the mother be handling this versus you? If that little girl has a father, yeah, go talk to her father. If you can't talk to her father, try to talk to her mother. If there's no way to contact either of them, then that's it. You shouldn't be calling that little girl. That's a nasty thing for you to be doing, and it's completely inappropriate.
And we get on the phone, and I'm like, yo, be quiet, I'll talk to her. And I'm like, hey,
What do you mean, be quiet? I'll talk to her.
So mom's not answering, and I'm like, all right, let's call her. So she calls her, and we get on the phone, and I'm like, yo, be quiet, I'll talk to her. And I'm like, hey, it's such and such, Dad. I know you guys are going through a lot of stuff. How can we try to fix this? Let's fix this. You guys were friends, took y'all to a concert, you guys hung out together. Like, let's try to, fix this. So that.
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that. Solo
you guys hung out together. Like,
notice how he keeps looking to the upper corner with his eyes as he's telling the story. I've studied body language. I've studied tell signs from people who are lying. I've watched a lot of those interrogation videos, like the JCS criminal psychology videos like that. Anytime somebody's telling a story or they're trying to recap something and they're looking at the top corner of their eyes, they're pointing in that direction, they're lying. They're lying. That's actually a part of the mind where people's imagination and storytelling abilities come into play. You can actually look into this yourself. This is real science right here. He's lying. Right, he's trying to process it. He's not telling the truth. And yes, Mark, this is clearly an issue that the mothers should be handling amongst each other. Now, if there was another father involved, that's when Rosenberg gets involved. Rosenberg could also be there with the mother to go visit the schools and try to have a sit down, or have the school mediate a conversation between the two. But instead, Rosenberg wants to step out of line and call this little girl while he's drunk on New Year's Eve, high off Neurontin. Bro, first of all, you're not even supposed to be mixing alcohol with Neurontin at all. This is why you got into this manic episode and got into a situation where now you have a harassment case filed against you by a little girl. You're a monster.
Like, let's try to, fix this. So that was a mistake by me. Because whatever this little girl got going on, she not all the way wrapped too tight. So she like, well, your daughter be doing this, she be doing that. Do you know she be doing this behind your back? She be doing this behind your back. And I'm like, hey, listen, I'm not interested in you telling on her, trying to get her in trouble for anything. I want to see where I can get to a medium where you guys can actually be okay again and go to fucking school for a week without fist fighting or trying to stab each other. That's what I want to get to. I don't want you to tell on her. So this is where things get fuzzy. She has an older sister that's 19, 20. She's of age, but she's still a kid too. So she in the background like, nah, let's meet up. Let's meet up. Let's run the fade. Let's run the fade. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck is that? She's like, it's my sister. And I'm like, is your mom around? She's like, no, I don't live with my mom. I live with my sister. So I'm like, all right, this conversation is going left. Boom, I bang on her.
I don't believe you. So that 19-year-old girl just randomly wanted to start a fight with you. She randomly started getting uncomfortable, felt like you were being aggressive, and started defending themselves. No, you called hot. You called like you wanted an issue, and you called threatening that little girl. Mind you, you already did a stream 2 weeks ago where you talked about how you and your daughter went and jumped that little girl. You can't take that back. You said it, nigga. You said it. So I don't believe nothing you're fucking saying. Now peep this. Let's continue though.
Texting me all types of shit. She be doing this, she be doing that. So finally I had to block her. The girl mom calls me that night, furious. And she's like, you know, who the F are you to call my daughter? And I'm like, the father of her former best friend, the one you let take her down to a concert without you being there. You remember I picked her up from your house and drove him down in a beautiful minivan and sat there and waited for him for 4 hours in a parking lot?
What makes you think because you drove her daughter to a concert with your daughter, does that mean that you can contact her, call her phone, and talk to her behind her mother's back? Like, how is this any type of excuse for your actions?
Yeah, I'm that guy. So
yo, dog, Rosenberg, if you called my daughter's phone without my knowledge, behind my back, I'll fucking kill you, nigga. I'd fucking kill you. The fuck is wrong with you, nigga? But you knew that this little girl didn't have a father. You knew that she didn't have men in her life, in her household, that's gonna stand up for her. That's why you took advantage.
You have a problem with me calling your daughter?
Yes.
And I said, I called her with my daughter. And she was like, yeah, I just don't understand why you thought that was appropriate. And I said, well, I felt like if you would allow me to take her to a concert, pretty sure you wouldn't have a problem with me calling her, trying to get my daughter and your daughter to stop fighting. And she was like, no, that was way out of bounds. And I said, well, you don't think that 3 o'clock in the morning call when she ran away was out of bounds?
How is that out of bounds? First of all, she's a woman, you sick fuck. Now he's doing now he just said, what's the difference of a man doing it? A mother calling her daughter's friend because she doesn't know where she is at 3 in the morning, when the friend probably told the mother that she was gonna be with the friend. That's not out of line at all, and that's a woman. You, a weird, creepy old man who can't grow a mustache, calling her daughter in the middle of the night, it's inappropriate. Men and women are different. Just because you're a grown-ass man with a camel toe, just because you're a grown-ass man who doesn't appear to have a dick, that doesn't change the fact that you're still a biological male, allegedly. So why the fuck are you calling that little girl at night? And why do you think that's okay? You still think that it's okay.
Yeah, but I understood your concern as a parent, right? I understood your concern as a parent, and I didn't freak out on you for calling my daughter on a school night at 3 in the morning. Highly inappropriate, but highly understandable considering your situation.
How is that inappropriate? You think that little girl's mother's trying to fuck your daughter? Come on, Rosenberg. Let's keep it real, bro. What makes it inappropriate? Do you think that the mother was trying to fuck your daughter? Do you think that it's a possibility that that little girl's mother is trying to fuck your daughter? If that's how you feel, break it down. And then maybe I can have a level of empathy and a level of understanding as to where you're coming from. Because clearly you didn't find it inappropriate when it happened. That thought never came across your mind. But now you're trying to weaponize that because you're getting called out for being a creep. No, hell no. Ain't no grown man should be calling my daughter's phone. That's not happening, nigga. You're gonna get yourself killed out here, bro, with the way you move. Niggas like you deserve to get shot in my smack voice.
You know what I mean? So the part that didn't make sense was, I said, she's, you know, and I said, her sister's in the back. She said, you were wild disrespectful. I said, I actually was just trying to problem solve. I said, the only disrespectful thing that might have happened was me hanging up because she had a sister in her background that wasn't helping the situation, right? So I'm like, and to be honest with you, if she was like, your daughter's the aggressor, your daughter has caused all this. And I'm like, listen, your daughter just says she lives with her sister. Is that true? Yes, but that's none of your business. Okay, if she's living with her 19-year-old sister, that means you're not there every day.
And you're living with your mother. Why are you talking about anybody else's living situations, bro? You live with your mother, nigga. And what they're telling you is that your daughter's the aggressor. Your daughter's the aggressor, but you refuse to take accountability for that. But we could go back in the crates and we have video of you admitting that your daughter thinks she a gangster. Your daughter out here trying to start problems in school and fight people all the time. But now the narrative has changed to coincide with the lie that you're telling.
But none of that. You screen recorded all you want, right? I went live because I wanted. But yeah, so Maya down for a minute. Anybody she got issues with, I apologize for her, right? So when she come back to school, she gonna be right. Her shit gonna be right. So whatever Maya y'all knew before she, you know, before the day, she'll be different. She'll be straightened out by the time she get back to school next week. Yeah, hashtag free Maya. She gonna be down for a minute. She'll be down for a minute. I don't know what type of Maya y'all know. She be doing a lot though. She be doing a lot. Problem is, Pop's got 7 kids, right? Maya the oldest, right? So Maya get away with a lot of shit because she got a lot of little brothers and sisters, you know. And then they catch up. I get the full report and I gotta read it like it's a fucking encyclopedia, a bunch of shit that she done did.
So look what he just said. He said that the problems that his daughter's starting in school, it's like an encyclopedia book of how many infractions that she has, starting fights, causing problems, making threats, and being an aggressor in the school. So why are you trying to paint it now like your daughter is not starting any of these problems with these little girls? Right. I don't even understand why you're even telling us about your daughter. But since you did this live stream, I have every right to talk about your daughter going forward because you introduced her to the internet as part of your content. So now when I'm reviewing your content, now your daughter has to be brought up because you brought her to the internet.
Type shit. Yeah, it's Rosenberg. You know, so moving forward, y'all won't have to worry about Maya acting like that no more. Y'all won't have to see her popping it on Instagram, acting like she with any of this shit. You ever peep how Maya always got a problem with somebody, but she don't never get in no rumbles? And you ever that like she don't never rumble? Right?
So now look at that. So this is how you failed as a father, Rosenberg. So you went online to antagonize your daughter, pretty much trying to embarrass her, saying she don't be getting no rumbles, she don't be getting no fights. Well, that's because she's your daughter. Like, you never getting no rumbles, you never getting no fights, you never stand on nothing. But since you did that, now that triggered your daughter to now if something happens, anything goes down, she's automatically throwing hands. She's automatically fighting because you went online to address the kids at her school and you pretty much try to paint her as some type of pussy ass bitch. So now, in order to fight those allegations, now she has to start all these fights in school. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Imagine your father being an IG live talking about you. This is pathetic. Facts. This is fucking pathetic. Not supposed to be bringing this stuff to the internet. It don't make you look good. It actually ruined your daughter's life going forward, and it ruined her reputation. So now she has to fight all the time to beat the allegations that you put on her, that she was pussy, that she don't get in no rumbles, that she don't throw hands. Mind you, you're talking about a little girl. But again, Rosenberg don't know the difference between a man and a woman because he don't got a dick.
Right, that's all she got. She got beef with all these girls, but she ain't never mixing nobody, right? Because she ain't really on shit. That's not really her. It's not really her. She grew up in Abington. She is a civilian. She is regular. I don't know where all this gangness and none of that shit comes from.
Don't he sound like a white man? HB said, gossiping about your children on IG Live, top tier Karen behavior. I've been telling y'all about this nigga's white privilege. You know how many tickets he has for driving without a license, driving with no insurance, driving in an unregistered vehicle? But yet the police let him go every time. He gets caught speeding, driving at 107 miles an hour. Your car's automatically supposed to be repossessed. You're supposed to be in handcuffs and be taken to jail. He gets away with it because of his white privilege and his Karen behavior.
She not on none of that shit. We come from that. She don't come from that. She don't have no rumbles on her resume. So all you girls who think you got a problem with her, just leave her alone. She don't really want to rumble. It's for the show. It's for the show. Yeah, I mean, I am the battle rapper. Me, that's who I am. Her dad is Rosenberg Raw. If you don't know, Google me. She popping and she not on shit. She not doing nothing. Right? So again, if you have a problem with her.
Right, his name is Kyle. But look at him. He's antagonizing his daughter, trying to put a jacket on her that she's pussy and she don't fight. So now, every day after that, now she has to beat those allegations. So you didn't do anything to help this situation. Yeah, the title is wild, but this is who Rosenberg is, because Rosenberg is somebody that was on SSRIs and antidepressants growing up. He was on a medication called neurotic, and it's completely ruined his life. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something to drink. Give me 1 second.
About somebody else I like, so I could screen record the video and send it to somebody else so we can get some shit started. I mean, even if you're here for that, hit the like button though. Come on, chat. Ice is in the fucking chat. Y'all still here? I'll end this motherfucker. I don't care. It's 11:58. I know we started late. I had court today. I remember I was getting kicked out of school back in like 3rd, 4th grade. I'll never forget this. They told my mom I needed psychiatric help, and I was just being bad, cussing people out in school. I ain't think I was crazy. He diagnosed me with, I forget what the fuck it was, but they put me on some shit called neurotic. Because I didn't like how the way it made me feel. And then I remember when I got to junior high in like 7th, 8th grade, I was a little older. And they put me on this medicine and shit, and I took it. And I literally was sitting at my motherfucking desk, and I felt my body like leave my soul, if you will. I don't know how to explain that. Like I'm sitting there chilling in class, paper in front of me, pencil. The medicine kicks in. I like literally feel my, like, I don't know, like I felt like I was sitting next to myself. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? I don't know how to explain it, y'all. I'm literally like sitting next to myself at a desk, looking at myself, like feeling like, all right, I can't get, damn, I can't. If I wanted to get mad right now, it almost just like evens out your mood. Like there's no, I can't get happy, I can't get sad, I can't get mad, I can't get angry. I'm just there, bro. I'm just there. It just makes you like, it makes you numb, bro. It just makes you numb. Your personality goes. You're sitting there. Like it's a medicine that's gonna make you fucking behave. You can't get mad. You can't get happy. You can't do nothing. Like
can't get hard. You can't fuck. You can't control your mood. You can't control your appetite. You can't control your bowels. You can't control the swelling in your ankles and your knees. You can't control the explosive liquid diarrhea. Rosenberg, your life is fucking miserable, nigga. Your life is fucking miserable. You heard me? You heard me? Yeah. Let's go back here.
I don't think you can be sure that my daughter is starting all this, but what I don't want to do is get into a my daughter, your daughter thing, because I think me and you both can agree we don't know what the fuck they doing outside of our sight. So, do you know she has social media? No, she ain't allowed to have Instagram. Well, I got all these posts on her dummy page of her talking about my daughter, saying she gonna do this, saying she gonna do that. So all I'm trying to do is find.
No, look, he did the YouTube reporting in real life. He compiled screenshots and links and really reported her like he been reporting niggas on YouTube. So what?
A medium, ma'am. I don't want to fight here. I don't want to fight here. Yeah, but I think it was highly, nothing you can say can justify calling my. So I'm like, bitch, are you retarded?
No. How is she retarded? What justifies you calling her daughter? She's absolutely right. What justifies you calling her daughter with your drunk ass, high off the neurotic, just talking all types of wild shit on her phone? What made you think that that was okay to do? And you're still trying to stand on it as if you were in the right.
Like I say, can justify calling my. So I'm like, bitch, are you retarded?
Now you called her a bitch.
I tried, y'all.
I bet you wouldn't call her a bitch if she had a man in the crib. I bet you wouldn't call her a bitch if that little girl's father was on the phone. Because we saw the way you tuck your tail when you was trying to disrespect Bonnie Godiva and then her man got on Spaces. Then you didn't want to fight no more. Then you was just a bitch, right? Then you just wanted to be grown, right? You a fucking clown, nigga. You're hostile with women and docile with men. I'm sick of niggas like you, bro. You niggas is littered all across battle rap. Hostile with women, docile with men.
I tried. I said, bitch, are you retarded? Excuse me? I'm like, yeah, I don't understand why you're making a big deal that I called her in the afternoon with my daughter, and I have had your daughter in my care without you around. To make that make sense, she could not answer that question.
Because it's a stupid fucking question. What does that have to do with the fact that you're calling her phone? Why do you have her number? Why are you calling her phone? Why not have your wife do it? Or better yet, why not call the mother herself, as you do have her number? As you already explained before this. There's nothing that justifies you calling that little girl directly and making those threats while you're drunk on New Year's Eve, high off your Neurontin pills.
She could not answer that question. So she started talking all this extra shit I'm not going to say. But what I will say is my ending response to her was, yuck my yit. Cool.
You telling somebody to suck your dick is like when bitches from the Bronx or Brooklyn be on the block like, yo, suck my dick, nigga. Rosenberg, you don't got a dick. What were you inviting her to? The Vienna sausage stand? Not even that. Were you like a candy corn? You want her to suck on a candy corn? You want her to suck on a Mike and Ike? You want her to suck on a half bitten, half eaten Sour Patch Kid? Or you want her to suck on a Gusher? A Tic Tac? The fuck is she supposed to do with that? Rosenberg, you don't have a dick. It shriveled away once your mother got you on that Neurontin pills. Those Neurontin pills ruined your life, Rosenberg. And you don't have anybody to blame except your mother, which is why your mother still allows you to be in her house, do what you do, because she knows that she failed you. She knows that when she put you on those drugs, she didn't do any research of her own. She just did it. And now you're the way you are right now. Come on, man. Those Neurontin side effects, there's nothing she could do about it. Let's go here. Hold on.
He asked about potential side effects of the gabapentin or Neurontin. They were using this medication to treat their fibromyalgia, and it was having a pretty good effect in terms of reducing their pain. And they liked the fact that it wasn't an opiate medication like oxycodone or Percocet or Vicodin, which may have a higher abuse potential. We talked about how this medication, when someone first starts it, it's not uncommon for them to have a little bit of a headache or a little bit of tiredness or a little bit of nausea or a little bit of diarrhea or some side effects that tend to be pretty transient, or a little bit of diarrhea or some side effects that tend to be pretty transient, or a little bit of diarrhea or some side effects that tend to be pretty transient. It can certainly lower someone's libido a little bit and affect their sexual energy. It can certainly lower someone's libido a little bit and affect their sexual energy. It can certainly lower someone's libido a little bit and affect their sexual energy. This medication does have the potential for some more significant side effect. And so if someone develops a rash when they're taking the medication, they need to make sure they stop the medication right away. Develops a rash when they're taking the medication does have the potential for some more significant side effect. And so if someone develops a rash when they're taking the medication, they need to make sure they stop the medication right away.
Rosenberg, did you hear that? So that rash that you have across your face looks like a damn butterfly rash all across the T area of your face. That's from the Neurontin. You were supposed to stop taking the medication once you saw that rash develop across your face. No, it's not rosacea. No, that's from Neurontin. And from that rash that you ignored, you also ignored all the other side effects that it brought you. How your penis shriveled away. How now you have a weird fixation on underage girls. How your brain chemistry is so fucked up that you don't know what's inappropriate about a grown man calling a little girl's phone without talking to their mother. There's something wrong with you, nigga.
All right, cool. Now, because now I'm getting to the point where and this is not good parenting, but we're all human. Now I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to send my daughter to Dogger. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to say, fuck it, go ahead and go crash her. That's not the answer. She's already trying to stab her with pencils and shit like that. So honestly, I'm on the phone with the school trying to figure out how this fucking little girl isn't expelled yet and how she ain't an alternative school.
Now he's trying to get this little girl kicked out of school. Look at what he's doing. Where's your wife when all of this is going on? Your wife is supposed to be the one that's taking care of all of this. But, oh, I forgot, because you don't got a job. You a bum ass nigga. You a house husband, right? You a house husband. You don't make any real money. You write poems for niggas for extra money throughout the year. That's why you're dealing with all this. When the wife, bro, this is what women are supposed to be doing. This is what the mother's supposed to be doing. I wish listen. I don't got as a man. I don't got time for all of this. I'm gonna let my wife handle this. I'm gonna go make sure that that rent is paid, that we keep a roof over our head, that the bills are paid, and that there's food in the refrigerator. I'm not wasting my time with this. But Rosenberg is a Karen. Rosenberg has the spirit and the energy of a white woman. So that's why he's doing all of this feminine shit when it comes to this situation between his daughter and this other little girl.
And finally, I get some information from the principal that You know, she's been in and out of mental hospitals and stuff like that. This is shit that they have dealt with this since junior high. So I said,
how are you going to talk about that little girl being in mental hospitals when you were the one that the schools looked at you eating fucking crayons and erasers and banging your head on the wall and trying to crawl under tables to unzip little boys' jeans? They told your mother that you need psychiatric help. They told your mother that you need to get on the rotten. They told your mother that, yo, this kid, there's something wrong with him. He's being bullied a lot. He's clearly deformed. We're going to put him on these medications. How are you going to talk about this little girl going to psych wards when you were going through psych wards? They don't just put you on medication, Rosenberg. No, you went to a psych ward. They kept you and studied you for about a week or two. You were going to different groups, talking about if you feel like killing yourself today. You were finger painting and drawing unicorns. And that's when the doctor prescribed you the Neurotin.
So y'all been dealing with this little fucking girl doing shit like this since junior high, and y'all didn't kick her out yet? Y'all kicked me the fuck out in junior high. Our junior high go to 9th grade. I'm like, yo, I'm ready. So we're suing you guys. Now, mind you, we have.
Who are you suing? HB said he's just like Crisis, exposing their family's drama online. Exactly. Why does the internet even need to hear about this? At all, especially with all of this other sensitive information that you're adding to it that's not even necessary to add to. Nigga, you said your baby mother was drunk at the parking lot and went into a van with a 7-foot black nigga. Like, hold up. You know what? Maybe we should hold up. Where's the timestamp? What timestamp am I on this? 23:40. Okay, let's go back to where he said this.
Hold on, y'all. Was it a Frozen Bros episode? Broke his never 15 years later in technology, and everything would have been cool, bro. That's one good side to these phones. The chaperone and them, she was in no way, shape, or form, you know. Was it a? Remember that story? I'm off down at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. So we went down there. Remember I told you my baby mom almost got me beat the fuck up by the 7-foot boy when she was all drunk and walked into the Sprinter van, and then they like wrong van, and she like, oh fuck you, my baby dead. Remember that story?
So what happened was your baby mother got drunk. Let's pull up your baby mother again. Your baby mother got drunk. She was out there in the parking lot and went into a nigga's van in order to get cracked. The nigga wasn't interested in fucking with Skeletor, with fucking with an I Am Legend zombie, right? He wasn't interested in fucking with a Walking Dead. He wasn't interested in fucking on Dawn of the Dead monsters. He wasn't interested in fucking on a spirit from the Evil Dead book. So he told her to get the fuck out of his car, and then she was like, oh, fuck you anyway, fuck you. If you don't want to crack me, my baby daddy will. Yeah, your baby daddy will fuck on anything, clearly. Look at you. You're balding. Right? So this is the type of life that Rosenberg lives, where his baby mother's getting drunk off of thought juice and going into random niggas' vans to get cracked. You're not respected anywhere, Rosenberg.
For bullying, there was these kids that were fucking with my daughter, and we went through the due process, and they said some things that were supposed to happen in place that they didn't do. We end up suing and winning. We end up suing the school and winning. And ever since then,
show us the paperwork. Show us the paperwork where you sued the school and won. What did you even sue them for? What was the basis of the judgment? Can you give us the record, the docket number, so we can go look up this case? Yo, Rosenberg, you lie about anything. You lie about anything. That shit don't even make sense. What are you talking about?
Time he was on live, and what did he say? Well, Froze is a liar. Not a liar. One time he was on live, and what did he say? Well, Froze is a liar. Not a liar.
No, you're clearly a liar. The fact that Easy even called you a liar. Easy's a liar himself. And he said, yo, you a fucking liar, nigga. You got me beat.
Communication with the school superintendent, they just start treating us weird. Anytime my daughter got into a situation, it just felt like they were pushing on they were like pushing on it being my daughter's side.
But literally 2 years ago, you went on YouTube, you went on Instagram Live and told us that your daughter's the aggressor, your daughter's the one starting all these fights. So what did you sue the school for? You sued the school because your daughter got suspended for fighting? When does that happen? You could sue the school for them suspending your kid for fighting? The fuck are you talking about? Show us some paperwork. Show us some fucking proof.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read a comment. I see look like Froze is the only dope involved. Zen, exactly. He's lying. Who's lying? What the fuck y'all talking about?
Yeah, you're lying. So his chat is calling him out for being a liar, and he's hyper focused on that because he's actively lying, and he's upset because he's a narcissist. He's upset that people are actually calling him out for being a liar and for telling a story that doesn't make any sense. Let's go, but come on, tell your story though.
Tell me I'll ring you the fuck up. So so they tell me she legally what they're allowed to tell me. Okay. So they does Biggs have it?
You see how he's making up the story as he's going along? You see how he's just making up little details as he continues forward? He can't keep his story straight. That rash from the neurotic is burning all over his face, probably pulsating.
AI website. So where was I at? Oh, so they're telling me she got issues and stuff like that, and what they legally can tell me, they can't really say a bunch of shit. I think they told me more than they were. Thank you for loving the background. I think they told me a little bit more than they were supposed to tell me about her. So maybe a week goes by, and then we get papers saying that they filed harassment charges. Right? They filed harassment charges. And
Rosenberg, when we go to the harassment case, the date of the offense is New Year's Eve 2024. A week before this would have been Christmas Eve. Your daughter was not in school. Teachers were on winter recess just like the students were. I know that because I deal with women who are teachers, and they get the same breaks that the kids get for the most part, unless they choose to work at that time. But winter recess doesn't have any classes going on. So how did this go on during winter recess? And the date of the offense is New Year's Eve 2024. They're saying the date of the offense of the harassment that you did towards her daughter was on December 31st, 2024. That's New Year's Eve. You're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar. None of that makes sense with the timeline that you're trying to establish versus what's actually there in the paperwork.
And I think her basis was she tried to say I was calling her daughter, right? We had the phone logs and everything like that. One phone call. So we end up going to court, and they file for a continuance. We get a court date. They file for a continuance. She ends up going to jail for stabbing another girl at a party that was like a post snowball party. I forget what the fucking dance was because they were sophomores at the time. I think it was like there's a sophomore dance. You got the junior prom, senior.
None of this information is relevant. So why are you so fixated on establishing the detail of the dance? This is another sign that he's lying. Liars, they'll try to filibuster their story with all of these other minute details because in their mind they think that if I give them as many details as possible, it'll sound like I'm telling the truth. But none of this makes any sense. None of this is relevant. And why are you now spending 30 seconds to try to figure out, was this a sophomore dance or a junior dance? What the fuck are you talking about?
Like a post snowball party. I forget what the fucking dance was because they were sophomores at the time.
Now he's snitching on
I think it was like there's a sophomore dance. You got the junior prom, senior prom, and there's a sophomore dance. And there was an after party. This same little girl ends up getting booked for stabbing this fucking white girl and shit like that. Right? So look at God, right? So
how is that God? Look at his mindset.
Right? So look at God, right? So
God made a little girl get stabbed at a sophomore dance? Wait. You think God, in order to try to help your lies and help your situation, got a little girl stabbed at a sophomore dance? Yeah, we clearly don't serve the same God. OG Sippy Cup said it. We clearly don't serve the same God. But again, what does that have to do with you harassing the little girl? How does this even play into the situation that you got going on legally with this little girl? It's irrelevant.
She gets booked, she comes home, and then they file for another, I think they file for a continuance, and then they toss it out. They throw it out. And soft hop or soft co or some shit like that. Yes, that's what it's called. Soft hop. So she ends up getting booked. She come home, her mom throws it out and shit like that. And you know, she's continuing on social media and shit like that, even though the situation was dealt with. So for me, that's what I expect from children. Because, you know, my daughter's like, yo, I'm about to go beat her up. I'm about to go. And I'm like,
well, the little girl is a child. Yeah, she's a child. That's the thing with you, Rosenberg. You don't know the difference between a child and a grown woman. That you're surprised that a child is acting like a child.
Yo, chill. We won the court case. They threw it out. They didn't have anything. It was cool. You know what I mean? You just kind of gotta. She like, Dad, they not talking about you. You don't know how I feel. And I said, I don't know how it feels. All right, I know you don't give a fuck about Daddy being.
So you're trying to tell your daughter to ignore the people talking about her online, but you can't ignore the people talking about you online. You're constantly crying and snitching about what people are saying about you online. I actually give your daughter respect because the shit that she got with going on online, she'll actually go in real life and throw hands for it. You don't throw hands. You don't fight. You go snitch. You go run to YouTube police. You write victim statements. Your daughter's actually a realer nigga than you. You fucking clown. But wait, you just said you had court this morning, though, regarding the harassment case. So, but then you're trying to talk about this situation that was thrown out like this is something in the past when this is still going on, though. If y'all don't see that this nigga is straight up lying, then it is what it is. I've broken it down from the beginning. He's lied at every step of this story. The timelines don't make sense. The situation doesn't make sense. We still don't know what the fuck you sued the school for. What are you talking about? You sued the school for what? Yeah, Brief Blunt. He's way too involved in this adolescent drama. That's the main issue. That's what I'm saying, bro. And then he's going online to talk about it. This is something that the mother is supposed to be handling, bro. This is something the mother's supposed to be handling. When you're a father, your job is to go to work, provide for the family, be there as your wife's spiritual partner, to give guidance to your children, not to be on the phone with little girls and going to school saying, I'm gonna sue the school. That's something that the mother's supposed to be doing. There's nothing masculine about this, Rosenberg, at all. At all. So your wife doesn't feel comfortable calling this little girl's mother or talking to the school, but she felt comfortable jumping in a nigga's van to try to get cracked. Because that's what you said. You said that your wife
Rosenberg
just left you in the parking lot and jumped in a 7-foot tall black nigga's van trying to be real friendly.
Almost got me beat the fuck up by the 7. So we went down there. Remember I told you my baby mom almost got me beat the fuck up by the 7-foot boy when she was all drunk and walked into the Sprinter van, and then they like wrong van, and she like, oh fuck you, my baby dad. Remember that story?
No, that's what your wife told you. What happened was your wife was drunk. She was drinking all that thought juice and those Four Locos and those specialized canned margaritas and that cut water. That's the new shit that the hoes be drinking. Yo, that's the new shit that these hoes be drinking. They drinking cut water. So she drunk off all that shit, probably smoking her stem as well, jumped in a 7-foot nigga's van in order to get fucked on. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? But it is what it is. I'ma holla at y'all. It is Adept, HNIC, Battle Rap and Invest. I'ma holla at y'all, man. Let me get up out of here. Peace, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Yo, Rosenberg, try to flag this stream next. Goofy.